bensound.com.
Hello everyone and welcome to the final round of the Drivers Lab iRacing Championship. We're here at Spa and I'm joined as always by my good colleague and my favorite screaming aficionado, Amir Khan. How are you, Amir, today?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone watching us at this final round of the Drivers Lab iRacing League here at one of my very much favorite circuits, Spa-Francorchamps. It's a lovely afternoon at Spa, I would say, very dry. Very lucky for all the drivers to be this dry. But yes, 7 kilometers of history, danger, beauty, and pure racing. That's what I like to call Spa. You know, it's like Senna said, it's like talking to God at Eau Rouge, and it's like as if we wouldn't have got Michael Schumacher if it wasn't for Spa. So yeah, lovely to be here. We've got lots of racing drivers with us today. Looks like there's a grid of 12 cars looking strong in practice right now, and we've got Michael Velasquez, who's actually leading the championship heading into Spa this weekend with how many points? I would say he has got 18 points with us in this championship, but there's only 1 point difference between him and his closest competitor, Hassan Saigal. So it all boils down to this round, and I'm glad to say that the competition has run this far out and this close out. And I would like to remind everyone that Drivers Lab iRacing League supports one drop round. So any classification after race finish today is still not final and will be deemed after particular calculations for our drop rounds.
Yes, indeed. You know, we wanted to consider everyone's life outside of sim racing, and folks have busy schedules, folks are traveling, especially some of our real life racing drivers are all over the world, coming back to race when they can, and we wanted to be considerate. We've introduced a drop round, which in turn means that the lowest result of the championship that you get will be eliminated. That allows, in theory, for you to not race one of the rounds and still be able to score the top point.
Absolutely, absolutely, and yeah, it's a sort of thing where a lot of our community members, a lot of the Drivers Lab community members, as Ruslan said, are real life racing drivers. I mean, we are not seeing most of them today because of current rounds happening in Europe with the GB4 and GB3 Formula rounds, and it's absolutely amazing to see the commitment by some of our drivers on this calendar who have showed up for every single session, may it be a practice round or the actual racing. And we thank you all for that support. And it seems me personally, I've had amazing fun for the past rounds that we have done for this championship. I mean, mega racing. You know, I did not expect it to be as immersive as it has been till now. And we love to see it. We absolutely love to see it. I mean, we're in the practice round right now. 15 minutes left for it to go. And a reminder for everyone: Jack Doe, who's leading the round right now, who's leading the practice session right now, has a disqualification. Sorry, a qualifying disqualification. Ruslan, enlighten us about that.
Yeah, so Jack Doe has a qualifying ban at the moment. This was due to his rejoin on the previous round. Members have taken a look at the incident again post-race and thought that it constituted unsportsmanlike conduct, and so Jack Doe has been given a penalty going into the next round, is the current round that we're seeing today. Jack Doe will be guaranteed to be starting at or near the back of the grid, as he is not allowed to leave qualifying or leave the pits during qualifying. Another interesting point that I wanna bring to everyone's attention is that this is double points. The final round is double points. Now, what that essentially means, given the standings of the championship, with Michael Velasquez leading with 18 points, is that someone with 0 points can come in, win the race, set the pole lap, and leave the champion of the whole series. If the results are favorable against the others competing. If Michael Velasquez, Hassan Segal, Russell Reyes, Oscar Wilkins all finish potentially outside of the points, we're looking at becoming champion just with a win.
Yes, absolutely, and that's the beauty of our Drivers Lab iRacing League. You know, we have designed it in a way that it's approachable for all levels of drivers, but also incorporating their outside racing schedules, because we know our community is actively racing in real life as well, and we want to be very supportive of that. Yeah, man, it's beautiful rounds all around. I'm really interested to see what Oscar Wilkins has in store for us this round. I mean, it's very safe for me to say this now, but he's completely thrown away his past 2 rounds. And Ruslan, you might have some other things to say, I don't know, but I feel I'm a strong believer that Oscar Wilkins would have had a different spot in his classification if he hadn't thrown the past 2 rounds.
Yes. I think this is the round that Oscar wakes up. I mean, I keep saying it every single round, but he is such a top driver, and he knows how to drive, and it's just been so unfortunate seeing him involved in all these incidents, some of his own doing, some not of his own doing. His pace around Spa is just phenomenal, and given that Jack Doe is at the back, Russell Reyes is seemingly not competing today. We'll see if he will be able to join us later on today. Oh, he is. Sorry, he's leaderboard at the
That's
moment.
right. Yes, that is true. I think we should get into my segment of history lessons at racetracks.
Yes, I'd love to. Please enlighten us.
Well, a little history about myself. I've been at Spa personally.
You're the resident Spa expert on the team, I must say.
Yes, I absolutely love Spa. I was there back in 24 for the 100th edition of the 24 Hours of Spa. What a spectacle it was. Absolute beautiful racing there. But yeah, Spa...
I didn't know.
Oh, really? Did you not?
Okay. This is the first time hearing about it.
For the viewers, Ruslan is just being overly sarcastic here, so because I always rave about it. But yes, Spa is a very old track. It was started back in the 1920s, and
well, it wasn't a track at all at first, wasn't it?
Exactly. It was a 14-kilometer route between 2 or 3 towns actually that connected as a triangle. and it was founded by, well, I would say founded by, it was actually discovered by two normal people, one belonging to RACB, that's the Royal Automobile Club of Belgium, and the other who was just a hotel manager at one of the hotels at Belgium. Well, they discovered this layout, and they have not man-made it, I'm telling you that. It was a 14-kilometer layout across the forest in connecting 3 towns. And
just before we continue, I wanna look at this. I saw something out the corner of my eye. Hold on. Am I not thing? So let's see if we can do a replay on this. We have Michael Velasquez popping in and out with internet issues.
oh my god!
Yeah.
What happened there?
Not sure. I think
Before we get into what happened there, I mean, I have to
Oh,
give the certain appreciation for that livery there. We like that, Michael. And
yeah.
Hassan's livery with the SpongeBob. He's back with it, guys. If you didn't know, he used that livery in Okayama. We love to see that from Hassan as well.
Let's get back to the history lesson before we run out of time.
Of course, yes. The
Because
history.
to be honest, I mean, you are absolutely right. You can, it's the rich history of Spa.
Yes,
There's
I
nothing
mean,
like it, really.
I mean, yeah, if I wasn't to get into this lesson with everyone, I would be doing Spa a very bad deed. So I have to enlighten everyone on how much history this track has to give to us. I mean, this was the fastest circuit in the world for a while, and I'm saying this is back in the 1960s, you know. Jackie Stewart called this one of the fastest, and he also called Eau Rouge, which is the infamous corner after La Source, as one of the hardest turns in motorsport history.
That's Radion, actually. Oh, do you not know?
Oh, sorry.
That's a deep cut, everyone. But yes.
Sorry. But yes, there was a little bit of unfortunate circumstances for him where he had a very bad crash at that same corner a couple of years later, and now that because of that, he's become one of the highest and most vocal advocates for driver safety in motorsports. So kudos to Sir Jackie Stewart. But yes, this circuit had a lot of issues with safety because of how quick it was. It got to a point where races were being cancelled and drivers and teams were starting to protest around certain changes, and that's when this circuit was finally changed in the early 2000s. So actually the late 90s and then again the early 2000s, and that's when F1 returned back to the circuit. And we've had legends like Michael Schumacher being born here. Now, why I say Michael Schumacher being born here is because Eddie Jordan gave Michael a chance in one of his cars, but as soon as he saw how he performed in that race, before it even finished, he signed Michael for the following season. And so many say that if it wasn't for Spa, Michael wouldn't have been to us what he is today. And we love to hear that. But yes, as you can see, I absolutely love this circuit. It's a beautiful track, 7 kilometers long, 19 turns. What a mega racing circuit, and what a selection for us as a final round for the Drivers Lab iRacing League. I mean, this is go all in or all out. Like Kaminsky has just gone on Eau Rouge here. Very necessary to go flat out there. What do you think, Ruslan?
Yeah, this is a repeat of our round that we did before we started the championship, sort of the invitational race that we had. Great racing there, so we decided we needed to bring it back. The circuit and the car really suit each other very well. It's so satisfying to drive the circuit in this car. You're pushing the limits of the aero, the tires, the suspension, and because the straights are quite long, you also get all of the draft and the slipstream that goes along with it. So it's really the best of both worlds, where you don't lose toe through all the squiggly bits because of the straights, and there are still enough squiggly bits to really keep it interesting. very entertaining for us.
Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, I see from the grid and from who's joined the session today, we've got Newen setting top times right now with the 2:09, followed by Russell Reyes. Now, I'd like to point out Russell Reyes wasn't here with us 2 weeks ago in the last Super Formula Lights round, so it's his first time, or it's our first time seeing him in a Super Formula Lights car. Then we've got Oscar Wilkins, who's been a strong competition from round 1, but yeah, hasn't got concrete results, or as concrete as we like to see. Hassan Saigal and Jack Doe. I mean, Jack Doe has had a good racing rounds for the past 3 rounds, but yeah, he's just thrown it all out every single time towards the end of the race, and we hope things change this round around. But yes, he's got a disqualification from qualifying this round because of cutting the track, and the stewards deemed it as past a final warning and had to take action. We've got Hassan Saigal, amazing driver, really strong results, and currently P2 in the championship. He's shown great effort from the previous 3 rounds, and he's put in a lot of work, I see. I mean, he's been there in every practice session, and for all of it, actually. It's not like he comes in, hops out, comes in, hops out. He's been there for all of it. I mean, he's a great kid and shown some true groundbreaking results with us, and a beautiful SpongeBob car, which we like to see on track. Then we've got Connor McGowan. I'm not really sure if I've seen too much of action from him from our racing leagues, but yeah, I've heard that he's a quick bloke on the circuit with a proper car. So
with Connor, he is one of the folks that unfortunately wasn't at or near his sim during the previous 3 rounds. He really wanted to make it for this round, and look where he is. Last time we saw him, it was on the same track with the same car, battling Jack Doe, where we first saw Jack Doe's instance of opportunistic rejoin tactics, circuit rejoin tactics.
That's right.
So they have a little bit of a history. I don't know how that's gonna play out today, but certainly very, very interesting. And you know, I want to go through the table. You've been going through some of the drivers already, but I want to go through the table because there's some interesting peculiarities with the scoring system, the drop round, and what that means with everyone's standings. So at the moment, Michael Velasquez is leading the championship with 18 points, and Hassan Saigal is just 1 point below with 17. But Michael Velasquez has had a 0 point round 1. So that means essentially his points are already reflective of the drop round that he's going to receive.
That's right.
Hassan, on the other hand, his low scoring round was the first round as well, but he has 3 points. So essentially, if he were to have a good result here today, he's going to get 3 points taken away from his final score. What that means in reality is that he needs to not only outscore Michael Velasquez, but he needs to outscore him by 3 points in order to keep that first position. Russell Reyes as well is currently driving as if he already has a drop round applied because he missed round 2. He was in Japan, driving in Suzuka in the real Formula cars. Oscar Wilkins had a 0 points finish, not because he missed a round, but because he had an interesting round, that round, at Okayama.
Those who know.
All of these intricacies are kind of actually putting Hassan at a little bit of a disadvantage, given that he's participated in every single round and scored in every single round.
That's right.
We're going to see how that plays out, so that's just something to keep in mind for the viewers at home who are doing their live calculations, as I'm sure they are.
That's completely right, and Ruslan, thank you for giving us that insight on how these drop rounds and how our racing league actually works. Looks like we've got only 1 minute and 30 seconds left with this practice round, and soon we'll be jumping into qualifying. Again, if you have just joined us, you may see that there are 12 drivers on grid, but only 11 will be qualifying or allowed to qualify, as Jack Doe has been disqualified from this qualifying round. Exciting race coming up, I would for sure say. If you already don't know, I love Spa very much, and I'm very excited to see what happens at La Source or Turn 1, because it is the slowest corner on track here, and it is the highest point on the circuit, if you didn't know, by the way. Fun fact. But
La Source.
yes, it seems surprising, because you would think that Réveillon would be that, but it is actually La Source, because you go way too deep into Eau Rouge towards Réveillon that you don't realize
Such a big downhill.
Exactly. It is quite the elevation change between La Source and Réveillon.
Truth bomb.
Exactly. And so that is what this circuit has to offer us.
Very, very much. Thank you for that. Yes.
Of course.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. More of these history lessons with me, and you would be as smart as me, Ruslan.
I strive every day, and I fail every day.
That's right. But I'll give the... Well, I don't think I have time for that now. I think we are going to head into qualifying now, and we should be a go in a bit. We've got the event at a glance for all of you. It's a 7-kilometer layout with 19 different turns. The car today we'll be using is a Dallara 324, or in simple terms, a Super Formula Lights car. It's got a Toyota TJE 33 engine that's turbocharged with a 1.6 liter 3-cylinder. So those turbo spools count a lot towards your technical abilities and quality time on track. The power is a 245 horsepower engine. I mean, these cars are quick and they've got a lot of downforce to offer. So it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers maximize on that downforce going through this track. Obviously, we can see on screen right now they're all on the Kemmel Straight. It's one of the longest straights in on the Formula One calendar. Fun fact for you there. It's almost a kilometer long, and that's where it stresses that 3-cylinder engine, where it's just limiting that speed. But what's more crucial are the turns after that come right after Kemmel Straight. I mean, Ruslan, I'm gonna give it to Ruslan to take us through a lap once we've got quali or pace lap starting on. But man, look how beautiful that track is today. I mean, it's not wet, which is quite glad for these drivers, because if you guys don't know, or our viewers don't know, we had a scare that it might be wet this weekend. And I would be lying if I said I was not hoping for it, because I definitely was. But lucky these drivers, they've gotten these dry conditions.
This time last week, it looked like it said 100% chance of rain on the weather app.
Another fun fact for you, Ruslan. Spa goes through a condition called microclimate, where the geographical presence of this location actually allows it to have different weather conditions at different turns. So there have been rounds of Formula One where you have absolute pouring cats and dogs rain at Brussels, which is turn 9, but it's completely dry at La Source. It's as if it's not rained at all. So it's a beautiful track and a very unpredictable track. But yes, we will assure all the drivers and all the viewers watching today that it would not rain, or that's how we have set it with this server today.
Alright, so I will take us through the lap. We're gonna hop on to the perspective of Conor McGowan going through turn 1, La Source. Very important corner, one of the slowest corners on the track, and does set the tone for the lap that you're about to have. Going in through the iconic Eau Rouge Raidillon complex. Easy flat in this car. You don't see the curb, the inside curb of Raidillon turn 4 in this car, given the seating position. So you're just following the different references that you have, and we see Conor McGowan executed perfectly with the tightest margins on track limits. Now into Le Combe, right, left to right. you're really relying on the downforce of the car to take you through. You can almost do a flat, but not quite. Now going into cell, the longest, never-ending off-camber right-hand corner. You're understeering just forever. Into no name, turn 9. In this car, very fun. You just chuck it in and give it a little bit of a lift. Going into now the Huon double left-hander. Here you can go quite wide, take the outside curb. Again, very fast in this car. Modern F1 cars take it flat almost in qualifying. Now, piff path, position yourself in the middle of the road, maybe a little bit to the right for that second left-hander so that you can open the corner up as much as possible. Going into campus, one of the most important exits on the circuit again for this car because they take Paul Frere flat. That's the right-hander. In other cars, it's not as flat, so you have that chance to win some time back. Connor getting a good exit, going through turn 16 and now turn 17, Blanchimont. In this car, it's a non-corner. You just kind of go through it, but in others, it's a big test. Now going into the most important part of the track for me, the bus stop. This is the opportunity for you to make up the most time over slower drivers. And Connor going through nice and clean, setting a lap a little bit behind Russell Reyes for the moment, but setting bankers. They'll have more time on the board. I think these drivers will get 3 more laps in.
That's absolutely right. I mean, it's only the start of qualifying, 5 minutes left, and Russell Reyes has set a time of 2:09 with 8/10 on the screen. We've got Hassan Saigal following him very closely with Oscar Wilkins, Newman, McGowan, and then Chris Chekute. It seems like an interesting grid. I mean, we've got Omar Aziz as well, who's just set a lap time faster than Chris Chekute. We're gonna wait a while and see how these back markers are gonna come in and change the scenario, and also how quick can Russell Reyes go from his current lap time.
Yes, indeed. We have Bayern Piri joining us once again. Just gave room to Oscar Wilkins coming through. Oscar Wilkins, I think, one of the highest rated drivers at the moment, nearing 6K on the Formula cars on iRacing. Let's see, with Russell Reyes, I would assume that would be the closest. Yeah, 4,500. Wilkins, current professional esports driver, so no surprises there that he has such a high rating.
And I have just received news that Michael Velasquez, due to internet issues, might not start.
No.
We are very much gutted to hear that because he is, as I said earlier, the championship leader.
Oh no.
And that's not great news for us to hear that he's not going to join because of technical issues.
That sucks.
Let's hope for the best. I mean, we've still got 3 minutes 30 seconds or 25 seconds now remaining on the clock. I'm not sure if he can join and give us a good enough time for qualifying, but I'm sure he still gets a chance to race if he joins back, doesn't he, Ruslan?
Depends on when he joins back, because then you'd be starting from the grid, but then after a certain time you'd have to start from the pits.
Yeah,
at the pace that these guys are going and the length of the race, this is a sprint race. If you're 30 seconds behind, if you're a minute behind, you can kiss first place goodbye.
That is very unfortunate circumstances for Michael Velasquez, I must say.
We saw him popping in and out in practice as well, and when he crashed, he was kind of popping in and out. That standard kind of internet issue, probably packet loss that we were seeing. I didn't want to point it out too hard, but yeah, if it's gonna affect the race and affect the championship, it is what it is. And again, as I mentioned before, his drop round is already kind of used up. He already has a 0-point round from round
yeah, that is not ideal for him. A very suboptimal result for Michael Velasquez before we even head into racing in round 4 of our Drivers Lab iRacing League. With that, I see
moving over for Oscar Wilkins. Great sportsmanship, to be fair.
Absolutely, and I would also like to point out that Oscar Wilkins has set the fastest time off, and he just goes wide.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, I feel like I jinxed that, but I did not. I promise you guys.
Where's the euphoria? Where's the that we have? Come on, man.
It's qualifying, guys. Just warming up to this weekend's round. I'll give you more of that entertainment. But like I was saying, Oscar Wilkins set the fastest lap now, and Russell Ray is closely following him. I mean, I know this is not the quick lap for Hassan Saigal, but I'm interested to see if he can improve his time on the grid.
We seem to have other folks with internet issues. I think Mr. Nyen having a little bit of issue.
That's right. I mean, looks like a lot of people are having internet issues. Not sure why, even though, just for everyone's clarification, our server settings have been the same since the start of our iRacing League. So it should be okay from our end. Looks like Russell Ray is heading into Eau Rouge and then Radion, heading towards Camel Straight right here with the standard default iRacing livery.
Standard default iRacing livery, but not a standard default iRacing driver. I will tell you that much for absolutely free.
Thank you for that.
This man is capable of moving mountains in this simulator.
That's good to know. I mean, I would love to see what Saigal is putting up with his lap times, because I'm sure he's on a fast lap now.
Let's see if he's just started this lap, so this would be the final lap that he's able to be.
No! No! His chance at being on the front row for the final round have been absolutely
well. Let's see if this man can make Saigal's days worse. This is Connor McGowan, currently in 4th and looking to improve. Now let's see if we can have a look. So Connor McGowan at the moment is 4/10 ahead of his previous lap time. It's looking like he might put it on pole with the lap that he's driving right now.
Oh my god, I would be interested to see that. That's a total underdog move from Connor McGowan.
100%.
Keep it out of the gravel. That's beautiful. We like to see that. Just for all the viewers here, just don't talk about or mention gravel, please, because Ruslan, it just takes Ruslan off for some reason.
Getting flashbacks already. To be fair, on this track you have ample curb.
Yes.
You touch gravel that you really get affected, but
yes.
Look, Connor McGowan 4/10 ahead of his own time now, going into the bus stop chicane. He has to get it dead perfect because that's what the other drivers have been doing. And now he's out. Is he gonna get a... No?
No, he does not. He's only P4. But I would like to point out that Hassan, because of not putting a proper lap, is now down to P5.
I mean...
What a disaster.
The difference is less than 100th. And in fact, Nyen and McGowan putting up the exact same time.
That is very, very true. I mean, I did not realize that. 354, 354. My god.
I mean, if you had to be convinced about how close these drivers are in terms of their skill and their pace, I don't think anyone could do a better job than to just show you the timing sheet right now.
Absolutely.
The qualifying of the final round, the finale of this Drivers Lab iRacing Championship.
Exactly. I mean, what a lovely qualifying session to see. Disappointment for Michael Velasquez, like I like to point out. He's being disconnected and he's not going to start this round because of internet issues.
That sucks.
Yeah, and we've got... Well, I'm going to go through the grid in a bit as soon as we are done from qualifying's preset. Looks like some strong runners up front. We've got Oscar Wilkins, Russell Reyes, Nguyen, McGowan, and Hassan Saigal, followed closely by Omar Aziz, Bentok, Gute, and Perry. But I would like to remind everyone, we've got one driver who's going to be on the grid and who was not allowed in the qualifying session, being Jack Doe.
That's the first challenge.
Exactly. That is his real challenge for today. Pass through all these drivers and try to prove a point, but not cut the track again, or else there would be circumstances he wouldn't want to see.
Of course, Jack Doe currently 6th in the championship with 10 points. Again, a win here could propel him quite far up the order. And so...
That is right. Well, looks like our race sequence have begun.
Drivers now starting to grid.
Beautiful. So let's go to the grid here. We've got P1 with Oscar Wilkins,
Another
followed
position.
very closely by Russell Reyes. And in the next row, we've got Newen, followed closely by Connor McGowan, who changed everything up for Hassan Saigal, and Aziz Omar in third row with us for P5 and P6. They both are closely followed by the next row with P7 Saeed Bentouk, P8 Krishay Gute, who we haven't seen much of in the past few rounds. We've got P9 Byron Peary and P10 Jack Doe, who returns with us after not being able to appear in qualifying. We've got two people who are not starting actually. One is not starting and one did not qualify. Kaminsky and Michael Velasquez. A very sad reality for Michael Velasquez.
We are going green very soon, so the red lights, and we are off. We are starting the race. We're gonna follow Oscar Wilkins as they move their way to La Source, and we're gonna see that they are all clean so far. No positional exchanges.
Beautiful.
Everyone is going through clean, but we do have some side-by-side action. We have Aziz Omar with Krisha Gute going side-by-side into Eau Rouge, and so far they slot behind each other, and so far so good. Now there is now a battle for the lead. Russell Reyes, Oscar Wilkins. I feel like I've seen this one before, but this time we have Nguyen also joining the party. We have them all going 3 wide into
3 wide
the combs, and so far Nguyen is the big winner. He just gains 2 positions in that one corner.
Clean racing from every single one of them. We love to see that. Oh my god. No single contact, no single issues, no one off track. What beautiful racing.
Absolutely fantastic. We do have a little bit of an incident behind with Krishay Gute and Said Bintok seemingly having a moment together. We have Michael Velasquez clearing the meatball flag. Surely receiving that at some point in the race. I don't know if that's internet issues or something else. We're gonna go back a little bit. Said Bintok is fighting. We're gonna go ahead to Hassan Saigal going for the outside move on Connor McGowan.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
That's brilliant to see. I mean, I start to see 2 packs forming. One being led by Hassan Saigal and the other by Nguyen. It looks quite packed between all these drivers here, but it's too soon for us to determine anything for this race.
100%. We have Gute and Omar going side by side into Blanchimon, and they're still side by side. Room given. And we have Connor McGowan lining up side by side with Hassan Saigal, going into the bus stop. Hassan able to keep the place, staying ahead. We have Russell Reyes now trying to make a move on Oscar Wilkins into turn 1. And all in the meanwhile, Nguyen is building a gap.
Oh my god, we love to see that. Oh my, look how
bumper to bumper.
How close is Connor McGowan to Hassan Saigal there? It's all of them heading down to Eau Rouge, and look how close they are.
Absolutely insane. We can go ahead and we have a couple of different groups
side by side right there.
Amazing action. Connor McGowan now getting his nose ahead, and maybe Hassan Saigal has lost out as Gute is able to also use Connor McGowan's slipstream to potentially make a move into turn 5. Still
That's
side
right.
by side, room given over the curbs, and Connor McGowan makes it stick potentially, and yes he does. He's now fully ahead, and Hassan Saigal has now backed up a lot of people. Jack Doe is now getting into the action, making up places, currently in P6. Wow, absolutely fantastic from Jack Doe, making up so many positions already into P6, giving Hassan a run already. They're making their way into Huon, and we have Krishe Gutte now having to defend from Aziz Omar. Jack Doe has made the move stick, and now all big in Hassan Seigal's mirrors.
That's absolutely right. I mean, look how close everyone's fighting for this. And I'd like to point out, we had no incidents on track till now since race start. Only a couple going wide here and there, but it looks so clean with this racing. Everyone seems to be taking it so seriously. And
absolutely amazing. Jack Doe now in trouble.
Oh, I see that.
Krishe Gutte now having a run. Look how close he is. Is he going to be able to hit the reference points that you need to hit? Is Jack Doe going to be going defensive? We're going to see now going into the bus stop. Jack Doe takes the normal line, makes no effort, and hits his breaking point. We have Bayan Piri now in a squabble with Aziz Omar, and Bayan Piri comes out ahead. We're going to go back to the front, as this is going to be a key point in the lap to make overtakes. Russell Reyes now firmly within drafting distance to Yen in front, and Oscar Wilkins also in drafting distance of Reyes behind. Of course, Oscar Wilkins will not feel the effect as much as Reyes, as
that's
Yen
right,
is the first car in that.
That's right, and they're being followed by a second pack at the back with Conor McGowan. Oh, and Seigal makes a move on Conor McGowan there. Looks like
we have side-by-side action with Russell Reyes thinking better of it and slotting in behind. We have some action with Jack Doe and Hassan Seigal.
Oh!
Doe taking
no
out
way!
Is absolutely abysmal driving, I must say.
What just happened there? Hassan Seigal just got pushed off track.
That is crazy. As the car behind you have the utmost responsibility to make sure that you're not causing these kinds of situations.
And Hassan Seigal is put to last. Well, he's made up a spot already, passing Kaminsky, but that is absolute disaster for the SpongeBob car on track. Absolutely. And with that, Nguyen loses 2 places.
What happened with Nguyen?
Oh my god, he's lost it.
Nguyen, we're gonna go for a replay on Nguyen, because I have no idea what just happened. We have Nguyen going into Piff Path and just seemingly
no!
Russell Reyes and Nguyen, and we're actually gonna go back to live as Oscar Wilkins is going to potentially be making a move into the bus stop chicane for the lead of the race. Russell Reyes and Oscar Wilkins, just a repeat of the situation that we had before. Conor McGowan now side by side with Jack Doe going into the bus stop as well. Conor McGowan now on the outside of the final corner, seemingly getting a better run. Gonna have the inside for turn 1. Let's see how this plays out. Jack Doe has made a statement that he is willing to be aggressive this race. He's willing to go and make the moves. Is that gonna be favorable for him in the Eyes of Stewards? I don't know, but he has that intention. And now he's under fire by Krishe Gutte now. Completely right up behind him.
I must add to this. I mean, I haven't seen Krishe Gutte so aggressive in the past 3 rounds. But now every time I'm looking at this pack, and it's always the pack being pressurized by Krishe Gutte here. It's absolutely amazing to see. We've got 3 wide in the back here, now 2 wide. And Krishe Gutte is just putting all his pressure on Jack Doe right there.
That is... I mean, I'm still, like, there are moves being made. Conor McGowan's going wide, losing a bit of time, but all I can think of was that Jack Doe move on Hassan Seigal. Now Hassan Seigal is down in 10th place, having to make his way back. It's, that's crazy.
It's unfortunate.
All in the meantime, Conor McGowan is still defending from Krishe Gutte. I think this is kind of where the race settles down. There might be some fighting between these two, but now everybody else on track is building a little bit of a gap, obviously with the exception of Oscar Wilkins and Russell Reyes, who are still very close together, and Hassan Seigal, who is now horribly out of position and is going to be making his way back up the ranks.
That's right. I mean, we've got 15 minutes, well, 16 16 and a half minutes left to this race to end, but it's very bad, and it's very sad to see what's happened with Hassan Saigal on that. I am waiting for the stewards to make a call on that, and I will keep all the viewers posted on what happens with this.
So we have Hassan Saigal going side by side with Jack Doe, then make his way firmly ahead. Jack Doe is now forced to slot behind, and it's fully bumper to bumper. You know, I might have to look for an onboard of Hassan Saigal here, because I'd like to see.
So I've just received news from the stewards room. Car number 6 and car 11, being Hassan Saigal and Jack Doe, are under investigation. And we've got car 311 and car 4, which is Russell Reyes and Nguyen, under investigation as well. It'll be interesting to see what these two incidents give us. Oh, that's...
Hassan Saigal lost the rear, which then Jack Doe didn't expect, which caused Jack Doe to rear-end him. I think that's what happened. We're gonna see if we can go on, rewind it a little bit, just for time's sake, and I'm gonna find Jack Doe's perspective in all this, and we're gonna have a look. Obviously here we're going side by side. Jack Doe slots behind him. And then, yeah, Hassan Saigal loses the rear completely on his own, and that causes Jack Doe to then run into the back of him. And that's how that happened.
Could there be an evading action? A lot of viewers must be wondering here.
I'm not sure, but that's for the stewards to figure out. I think, if anything, we were quite early to
put Jack Doe under the spot here.
Pass judgment.
But in our defense, Jack Doe has been quite the ruthless and aggressive driver and character on track for the past 4 rounds. So
it would seem that way, certainly.
Exactly. So in our defense, we did not abruptly make a decision here, guys. So but the stewards are with us in the room now, and let's see what comes out of it. We have Daryl Brady, who's the chief of stewards, deciding and making a decision on this.
What happens is that if you have, say, 10 incidents, and you're quite an aggressive driver and cause 8 of them, there's still going to be 2 that you don't cause. But then those are probably the 2 incidents that are going to be the most detrimental.
Absolutely. I mean, on screen I see that
Nguyen and Saigal are fighting.
Exactly.
That's a very interesting
So the
matchup.
2 people who spun out or who were forced out of track are now fighting on track. Oh! And Nguyen pits!
Nguyen pits?
What happens here?
I think maybe Nguyen picked up an amount of damage that he is choosing to clear. That's my only kind of concern. I'm trying to see if I found any meatball flags, and I didn't, but I guess Nguyen has decided that he wants to start with a fresh set of tires or wants to get his car fixed.
Interesting strategy there by Nguyen's team, but looks like Hassan Saigal has made up 2 positions since his debacle with Jack Doe. He's now in P8.
Yes. He is in the points-paying positions now. We have Conor McGowan fighting with Krishay Gutte now.
And
No!
Oh no! What just happened there?
That was so nonchalant.
And so perfectly timed.
We're immediately gonna go back and look at a replay of that. Wow.
What just happened there?
So they are going side by side.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
Oh no.
Oh, what? How have we timed that replay so perfectly, Ruslan?
That's crazy. So here we have side by side action.
Krishay Gutte.
And they're going in, and I think this angle would be telling.
Conor McGowan.
Yeah, Conor McGowan just clips the rear wheel of Krishay Gutte at an inopportune time.
I have never seen anyone crash like that on that corner before.
We're gonna go and actually on the onboard cam, and I wanna slow it down a little bit and see what it would be like from the perspective of the driver of this car.
Oh my
And you see just a car completely upside down in front of your face.
I have never ever in all my Spa viewing history seen that on that corner happen before.
Well,
That
I
is.
take it that Conor McGowan's chances of winning the championship have dropped significantly.
Well, I would say they've not even dropped; they've ended. So, what? Let me just rewind that real quick.
You're speechless.
No, we were just thinking about what Conor McGowan is doing, and we went to look at his cam, and all of a sudden we see him upside down, going flat towards that wall at the exit of Camel Straight. Camel Straight, sorry, not Camel. What? Oh my god, yeah, I'm speechless. I'm clearly speechless. But
And again, they're going side by side.
so we've got a new
Wow.
target for.
What just happened?
No way! What?
What even just happened?
No way! That just happened in front of our eyes.
It keeps happening.
Oh,
What even just happened?
no.
Just completely like evaporating in front of our screens, going left at a right-hander, but he's not even lightning McQueen.
Let me
He's
just
not even
say.
lightning McQueen.
Let me just say.
Hold on.
Oh my god, what just happened? That was Byron Peary and Chris Gote going side by side. Oh! No! Hey, we need an onboard of that Ruslan stat.
We are getting an onboard.
Oh my god!
I have to wait. I don't even understand what happened. Okay, we're gonna go to super slow motion. We just have two drivers that are very close, and we just have Krishy just turning in completely.
I think Krish's intrusive thoughts won over him here.
Why is he fully exercising his free will? I don't even.
Yeah, this is not good sportsmanship or racing right here, and I'm sure the stewards will have to see that and make a very stern decision on what Krishe Gote decided to do there. But oh my god, look at this view, this helicopter cam of Krishe Gote just driving into the back of Byron Peary as if it was a north and a south magnet attracting each other. What just happened there?
I don't know.
Oh no, and Byron Peary, I think he's got less damage than what Krishe must have gotten there. And I think they both are now racing again. Oh, well, Krishe is pitting now.
We have Oscar Wilkins and Russell Reyes battling now side by side.
Followed 3 seconds behind by Jack Doe.
Now they're being smart. They're not going side by side there because clearly that is a death trap.
Exactly. I don't know. We've had already 3 instances happening in the same corner with the same or close to the same results.
Do you want to know who is the fastest car on track at the moment?
Let me guess, Hassan Saigal?
It is not. It is Jack Doe lurking behind, if you see, passing through, and just here entering the frame behind Oscar Wilkins. You can see Jack Doe in the back lurking. He is just a little under 4 seconds behind, and he's looking for the top two drivers, Wilkins and Reyes, to start just battling each other and slowing each other down. And he could make it all the way. He could start from the back of the grid and finish first and win the championship.
Is this another Max Verstappen origin story that we are witnessing right here?
Well, so far it's a fantastic drive from Jack Doe.
Yes, I mean, other than the crash that resulted in Hassan Saigal losing all his positions and spots and going down to P6 now, which is quite good for him from where he went down to.
He's making his way back.
But I would like to also say that all these incidents happening in front of him has quite certainly helped him around. So let's see what we have in store from Hassan Saigal. With that, I see Reyes and Wilkins closing up quite a lot with only 300ths of seconds of a gap between them. Heading down to Eau Rouge and then Radion. Reyes getting close there.
Reyes is getting close, very much indeed.
And now on the Camel Straight, both the cars, I think, going side by side. Not yet.
No, not yet. I think they're just chilling. I think they recognize the threat that Jack Doe poses and are looking to work together.
And they're playing it very smart, I would say.
Very much so. I think maybe they can send a communication here or there and say, look, let's wait for the final lap, maybe the final 2 laps to start battling. There's over 6 minutes left in the race. Baron Piri battling Said Bintok in the back. Now, Said Bintok and Hassan Saigal, actually identical liveries. Are they teammates?
That is interesting.
The Bikini Bottom gang.
Oh, that is an interesting take on this one. With that, I would like to tell all the viewers that the stewards have made a decision on the Saigal and Jack Doe crash. And as we pointed out earlier, it was Hassan Saigal's mistake on losing his car's rear end catching the inside curve, which caused Jack Doe to have a racing incident. And so there'll be no penalty or warning for Jack Doe, and that is case closed.
Yeah, no further action. After looking at the replay, I'm inclined to
the stewards call.
Very much see eye to eye with the stewards there. I understand where their decision came from.
Definitely. I mean, I'm interested to see what the next decisions are going to look like. But with that,
we have side-by-side action from Russell Reyes and Oscar Wilkins. But again,
playing it smart.
Very sensible and recognizing the threat that Jack Doe poses. They want to keep him at arm's length, even if that means delaying their fighting.
That is true. I mean, you've got 5 minutes and 20 seconds left into this race, which gives us almost around 2.5 more laps to go. And looks quite strong for Wilkins here, but also very much strong for Russell Reyes if he plays this smart and doesn't go into attacking position just yet. As you see in the back lurking is Jack Doe, posing a very significant threat to these drivers here, where they look
just going over Radion. And again, look,
very
I'm
close.
Sure Russell Reyes, if we go on board, he has the pace. You can see he's letting go of the throttle on purpose to stay behind Oscar Wilkins.
Very smart.
And that's just so they don't have to force a battle. They recognize the importance of keeping the track position, staying ahead of Jack Doe, and Jack Doe's slowly chipping away at it, but not enough to catch them in time. Yeah, that's how they get you. These are drivers who are using the full arsenal of tools that they have in front of them, which is the pure pace that they have, the racecraft, the strategizing, and here they're just agreeing through just the language that they're using on track, the body language of the car, so to speak. Agree that they don't want to battle just yet. They want to keep the track position. They want to stay in each other's tow. And
that's right.
They live to fight another day.
That's absolutely right. I mean, I would like to point out, you know, every single of these races that we get here, it's always something new and always something fascinating that gets me all pumped up for no reason at all. I mean, look at this. We've got 12 drivers on grid, or 12 drivers who started on grid, and I've got so much action that modern Formula 1 racing couldn't give me. It's just absolutely hilarious and so thrilling.
You can see just in Jack's view, just in the far end, you have the 2 leaders battling, and you can see how tantalizingly close you are. It's just a little over 3 seconds that they're ahead by, and you can see just as the clock ticks down, the time is running out.
That is true. I mean, Russell Reyes and Oscar
just
Wilkins
behind shenanigans
for sure are playing the long game here, and I must add to it, Oscar Wilkins has shown a different side of his character to us in this round, being very careful of his decisions and clearly showing his experience in a Formula car to us. And with that, they go side by side heading into Kemmel Straight. Russell Reyes leading up ahead just yet, and looks like Oscar Wilkins is just beside him.
On the inside, he's going to pick up marbles. Is that not going to affect? No.
Again? No, and Russell Reyes takes the position. He's no P1.
There's no full clear opportunity to overtake, and so they're again choosing to sit.
And Said Bentouk takes over Byron Piri's position.
Byron Piri trying to see if he can.
Oh no! Back! Wow, that is.
Oh no! But
oh no! What?
Bentouk is going back for a bite, and he overtakes him back.
That is swap and swap action.
Out of words. Oh wait, there's an incident behind. Aziz Omar.
Oh, he's
crashing out.
Oh.
We're gonna review that after the race because we only have 2 minutes left, and I believe that it's this lap and the next lap, and that's it. That's the end of the race. So
That's absolutely
we're
right.
up to now a very important part of the race, and I'm sure now the gloves are gonna be coming off between Russell Reyes and Oscar Wilkins. You see that Reyes is in front. He has a threat of that penalty coming in, but Oscar Wilkins is not gonna give up. I don't think he's gonna allow that the track position be taken away from him. If he's gonna win on track.
So that gets me to another stewards decision. Russell Reyes has been handed a 20-second time penalty, which gives him gives off his podium position and also gives Saeed Bentouk a chance at podium here.
Very much, yes. Oh my God. So that means the championship is basically decided. We're moving on to the final lap of the race.
Well,
It's white flag conditions for Oscar Wilkins.
I'm not sure about the championship being decided just yet, but I'm for sure I know what was going to happen with the race. And now we feel like Oscar Wilkins might be P1 unless he's sensible enough.
But they don't know that. And so they're still going to be trying to race. And Oscar Wilkins, while he's staying out of slipstream, perhaps on purpose, maybe this is mind games because he does want the overtaking opportunity into the final chicane. They wouldn't know that. They wouldn't know that there's a penalty now that's hanging over Russell Reyes' head.
For sure.
Basically eliminating him from the possibility of winning this.
For sure.
They're still going to be battling like it's the last lap of a championship with double points on the line.
Like they are, and with 5 seconds to go, that's checker flag, and Byron Peary has lost 2 positions.
Byron Peary, there's been all kinds of crazy stuff. Hassan Saigal made up 3 places. We're gonna take a look at that after the race. But for now, all my eyes are just locked into this battle for first place. Piff Paff again, keeping it sensible. Oscar Wilkins clearly has a sight set on that bus stop lunge. And we're gonna see if he's able to pull off the exit needed out of this corner here, Campus. And it seems like he is very much close enough. 3/10 behind. He's gonna tuck into the slipstream. Russell Reyes is gonna do everything that he can to not allow Oscar Wilkins that slipstream. But guess what? The slipstream's already there. He already gained 2/10, and now they're gonna be bumper to bumper heading into
Side by side
into Blanchimont. And Oscar Wilkins is in prime position now on the inside, side by side, going into and there's corner of
No way!
Oscar Wilkins now loses the possibility, maybe. And
Is that Jack Doe?
Jack Doe's now in the podium. Jack Doe wins the race.
Jack Doe wins the race! No way! No way!
In all of that, Jack Doe sneaks through the field through all the incidents, and he's able to take first position.
No way we have just witnessed that!
We have Said Bintok staying ahead. Hassan Saigal is on podium position.
A P3! A P3 for Hassan Saigal! Oh my god! What did we just witness?
Amir, we have so much to go through. I don't even know the half of it. What just happened?
Oh my god. Oh my
no.
god. Yes.
Oh my god.
That just happened. Well, for everyone watching, we see Russell Reyes as P1 here, but he's not. He's been given a 20-second time penalty. And I think that's going to increase based on what we just saw at the final lap, at the final corner of this race, with Oscar Wilkins being wiped out, but still managing to get a P2. But in all of this, Jack Doe coming up and taking that podium, but not only podium, the lead of this race.
I'm at a loss for. I mean, what? Oh my god. Okay, no, wait. Okay, look. Let's take it step by step. Well, we have to take a look at the replay of that final move. Let's look at the final move. Now we have Oscar Wilkins side by side.
I have to take a deep breath for this one.
I mean, this is a perfect cam, I think. If we're gonna go slow motion, we're gonna see exactly who, what, where, who.
Oh my god. Looks like Russell Reyes just being so optimistic on that.
Oh man, that's
tough. I mean, it's great to see that Oscar Wilkins got back and is P2, but I need to see how he got back as well.
This is crazy. So yeah, that's so tough because I guess neither driver wanted to relent. Obviously, Russell Reyes wanted to be in a position where he cuts off as much room from Oscar Wilkins' line as possible, and Oscar Wilkins wanted to go as far left and as wide as possible while still giving room. And it's a classic incident. Almost happens all the time. It's just drivers who are not quite willing to give each other the racing room, and this is kind of what happens.
Yeah, but this is absolutely such a race-ending, race-finishing scenario for Oscar Wilkins there. I mean, he had a clear chance at winning this thing and also hopefully getting the championship for himself. Yeah, I mean, Jack Doe's come up. Jack Doe's taken
fantastic
P1.
angle. We'll talk about Jack Doe in a second, but I do want to just go over this incident here. Look at this. So again, Oscar Wilkins just starts to move over, take the corner. He knows he is positioned ahead and he's prepping for his braking. He's looking at his references, and I guess he didn't see that there wasn't any room. And he then suffers for it. That is wow.
Yeah, oh my god, what did we just witness? I mean, I am on loss of breath here right now. It's just, my heartbeat has gone up to 110.
But then look at this.
Corner.
If we look at Jack Doe, this is what he would have been seeing, and what he would have been seeing is exactly what he wants. He would have seen that the leaders got into a fight, crashed, and he's there to pick up the pieces. He would be absolutely ecstatic, and not only would he be ecstatic now, but he's going to be extra ecstatic after finding out that the leader on track, Russell Reyes, who finished on track in first place, has a 20-second penalty. Jack Doe has completed. We all talked about it. We thought it was a complete meme. We thought it was absolutely never going to happen. And, you know, haha, last to first challenge. But he's done it!
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting in reports of Hassan Saigal reporting Jack Doe for certain incidents on track.
Of course.
And, you know, it's... we can't really say he's done it yet because we're just not sure. But there's so many incidents for the stewards to I mean, all that shenanigans with Krishe Gote putting 2 cars on the wall, 2 different laps. It's just I don't know, man. I think the stewards are gonna have their time with this one, and we are gonna have our time getting those classifications not very soon.
So I want to look at Hassan Saigal's final lap. So we are on board with him. He's taken a little bit of an interesting line, and we're going to be seeing as he makes a couple of overtakes. Now I've specifically kind of put ourselves a little bit backwards. We're going to speed up here as we go. Now it seems to me like ahead there has been an incident that allowed him to get through unscathed. I think this is the penultimate lap.
Looks like it.
Yes, very much so. You can see how far back he is at the moment and how much he is having to claw back. Speed up even more. Because about here, go at normal speed, about here is when he starts really close down and make those passes, and you can see ahead the 2 drivers are battling, are fighting and not giving each other room. And he must have gained like 6 or 7 seconds just in that one instance of corners. Why are you facepalming? Did I say something?
6 or 7, you say?
Oh.
Alright, moving on. So we see...
Okay. Hassan Saigal again. So now, in a lap, look how much he's caught up. Absolutely crazy amount of time that he's able to gain here. Going through Puon. And now... This just highlights the pure pace of Hassan Saigal and how much of a shame it is to see an incident like that from him. But, you know, as the stewards have deemed it's a racing incident.
That is true. That is true. I mean, I know the viewers are not in the community that we have with the Drivers Lab iRacing WhatsApp community. We've got a lot of drivers very unhappy with each other. Obviously, Hassan is not glad with Jackdo's action on track, and Jackdo seems to be very quite open about his opinions on those incidents.
I would advise all the drivers to just
to avoid
to not talk, to just keep their mouths shut
until the stewards deem everything final.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just put up your decision, make it, an official protest, and just let the stewards do their job, because they're going to be looking at it from every angle, and there's no reason.
That's right. I mean, we've got Connor McGowan telling Krishay Gote that a net code is a net code.
I mean, look at this double overtake. I mean, that's just beauty. That's just absolute beauty from Hassan Saigal. Just a little bit of contact, but racing room given, so don't see any problem there. Absolutely fantastic from Hassan Saigal, making those. Look at that again, actually. Quite interesting. Hassan Saigal here starting from the back. He is the second SpongeBob car, and able to just go on and make the moves done on the right of the first car.
I see Reyes making a protest on one of his incidents on as well.
Say again?
Russell Reyes is making a protest on a decision made by the stewards. Not sure if that's applicable or not, but that's for the stewards to decide.
Fair enough. Yeah. Let's take a look at some of the other incidents that we've had.
Well, if you're just joining us to our final round of the Drivers Lab iRacing League, well, you've just missed it all. And I'm sorry to say there's nothing more interesting that could have happened, which has not already happened.
I mean, here, I'm just going to pause it for a second, but we've had, at the very beginning of the race, this is lap 3. This is the leader going and, unfortunately, not entering Piff Path and not even exiting Piff. So we're gonna go on board.
Just for the viewers, Piff Path is 12 and 13.
So this is the right-hander of Piff. And as they're going through, it seems to me, just from this freeze frame, that Russell Reyes might have sent it a little bit too deep. We're gonna go on super slow-mo. And here, the contact does happen when Russell Reyes is at the curb. So I think a little bit ambitious from Nyen. I don't think the most racing room was awarded.
That's
and
right.
Also, I think maybe just having it be the exit of Huan, that probably didn't help.
That's absolutely right. I mean, yeah, all the viewers, the statistics as of right now follows are 1 car flipped, 1 car in the air, 2 cars in the wall.
And the replay. And Russell Reyes just completely sends it. And yeah, I mean, I don't think Nyen would have expected that. But
unfortunate
you have to be ready. You have to be absolutely ready about how.
And I love the safe rejoin by Newen there. He's taking it very safely. I like to see that.
So this is, I believe, the incident that's being talked about right now in Stewart's room.
A lot of incidents actually, but yes, this is one of them.
But this is the one that will have the championship implications.
Yes, and also Jack Doe's incident at the final corner. Oh well, Jack Doe's incident.
But Oscar Wilkins with Russell Reyes.
Yes, that is true.
I want to take a look at the most crazy incident that happened, which is going to be from my good friend Connor McGowan. This is not where I was expecting to go on the replay.
I see some interesting names pop up in the stewards room, even though they haven't been part of the race, like Dylan Allen and Arthur De Donker.
Right. So, um,
But yeah, quite the race here at Spa. For everyone watching, thank you very much for your support, and to all the drivers, thank you very much for your support throughout these 4 rounds of racing with the Drivers Lab iRacing League. And we are still here. We are going to be back with a brand new championship very soon. So keep your eyes peeled on the Drivers.lab Instagram channel. We've got a lot of updates coming up over there, and a lot of exciting in-store and online opportunities for all upcoming drivers and races. And if you already don't know, Drivers Lab is a professional motorsport and development entity, and we support all kinds of drivers at all kinds of levels with their motorsport development. So reach out to us on Instagram, DM us, or just drop in a comment and we will reply to you. Thank you very much for joining us throughout these rounds. And Ruslan, would you like to add something to that?
well, at the moment, I'm just going through steward's room, just to make sure that everyone is behaving themselves. Trying to clear that out. I think we probably should just take a quick 5-minute break and then come back and see if there have been some developments. Say more about the championship standings.
That is true, and with that, I will leave you all with some Roman Empire music. Enjoy and
I
have a
didn't know we agreed to that.
and also enjoy some of our racing highlights.
Yes, indeed.
Be right back.
bensound.com. 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 bensound.com.
Alright everyone, I'm alone for the time being, and I just want to quickly go and look over the incidents. Or not the incidents, but if we're going to be highlighting Jack Doe's progress through the race, I kind of want to go and look over how he was able to make those moves. Here we are on board with Jack Doe. He's in the white car, and this is the first move of the race that he makes. This is Byron Peary, and drop done through Blanchimont and then into the final chicane. on the brakes, job done. See if he has made a move. Or, well, he has done, but this is the move that he's first made. That. Next situation where he was able to make a move. We might as well just keep looking because I don't think it is very far indeed. So now Aziz Omar is on the chopping block. That is the red and black car. And just on the brakes. Job done going into Lecom. Furthermore, on the same lap, we have Krishe Gutte. Takes a little bit of a nap. Then is passed by Jack Doe. Very incognito moves. Very clean, very surgical. But just job done. Nothing to be said. Let's look further ahead. On the next lap, we have Jack Doe passing again down the Kemmel Straight. Now he's going to be passing Connor McGowan. Going to follow his slipstream as Connor McGowan goes side by side with Hassan Seigal. And here they are going 3 wide at the back. Jack Doe has that preferred inside line. And this is where also the incident happens between Jack Doe and Hassan Seigal. We can take a closer look at that actually. Not mind. Look at proper cam. We're gonna slow down appropriately as needed. Jack Doe now on the inside of Connor McGowan and Hassan Seigal going 3 wide. All handled nice and safe. And here you can see Hassan Seigal just loses it before Jack Doe really has any moment to react. Therefore, it is an unfortunate situation, but again, as the students have deemed, it's just a racing incident. And Jack Doe continues with minimal damage. So, let's go on to the next overtake. This is Jack Doe on Yen. Now this is when we had the incident and Huang wisely chose to not rejoin at an unsafe spot, and another position gained for Jack Doe. At this point, Jack Doe is in P3, believe it or not. There have been some more fighting, and I believe now is the point that Jack Doe is gonna lose the position temporarily to Connor McGowan as they go through Blanchimont side by side. Connor McGowan with the inside line going into the final bus stop chicane. And on the brakes, Jack Doe tries to hold it, but Connor just managed to slip a nose ahead. Again, still going side by side actually, I didn't expect this. Still going side by side, but in turn 1, if you have the inside line, then surely you are going to be ahead at the end. And Jack Doe smartly concedes that, knowing that he's going to get a massive slipstream going down the back straight, down the Kemmel Straight. Now, while he is under attack here, because he has the slipstream from Connor ahead from the purple car, he isn't actually going to lose that much pace. In fact, he is only going to be looking ahead and looking to make a move on Connor McGowan to make that overtake final and make it stick. Still some overlap, and they go side by side into the com, but Jack has much more speed going through there and is able to make that move stick quite convincingly. And at this point, This is now already lap 3. Jack Doe just chilling. Already in podium positions. Getting fastest laps. And setting the pace for everyone to follow behind him, except the two gentlemen in front who are fighting for win. And at this point, Jack Doe's race became very boring. Until... see if I can find the exact moment where we can teleport to. This is the move. This is the overtake, and it happened entirely out of frame. Let's not have that be. Let's go on the blimp, actually. The blimp will give us a very, very wide angle. You can see Oscar Wilkins on the left having to deal with a severe moment of collision and out of controlness. And this is Jack Doe crossing the line. I want to take a look at Said Bin Tok's move into final corner as well. Final place to overtake. Let's actually go back a little bit. We have Said Bin Tok behind Byron Piri. This is going into the final bus stop chicane with Hassan Saigal ahead. And wow, on the brakes, just, it must have been pixels before he locked up and able to just stay ahead. I want to take a look at that. That is a fantastic overtake. Chat, what a great pickup. Let's take a look. Byron Piri trying to defend by staying on the inside. Inside Bin Tok from all the way downtown, sending a move in. And we're just gonna go into slow motion here. Wow. How close is that from Said Bin Tok? I mean, he is leaving nothing on the table there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I want to take a look at the... Let's go left rear suspension. And we can see from this angle how close Said Bin Tok gets. I mean, wow! That is insanely close. That is insanely close. Let's go back a little bit. Ooh! I mean, wow! That is a crazy overtake. I'm glad we went over to check on this. This is crazy. Absolutely fantastic job. Then you have the determined eyes of SpongeBob, of old Bobby Bob, looking back. Well done, Said Bin Tok, but again, Jack Doe, what a fantastic race, starting all the way from the back of the grid and making his way through. I will be ending the stream here. Amir is still figuring out the point situation. There's going to be a bunch of calculations that need to be done. We'll come out, check our socials, check our Instagram. This is where we will be posting the final results. But for now, I bid you all farewell. I hope you have a fantastic race of your weekend, you guys. And we'll see you next time, where there may be some GT3 action, dare I say. Is it too early to announce? I don't know. But don't hold me to it. But I did just say those words. Let's see. Anyways, take care, have fun, have a nice weekend, and I hope to see you guys on stream very, very soon.